Hey you guys, it's Blair, and if you've noticed, it's a different setting. I decided to come outside today and do some readings for you guys. I know I haven't been on YouTube in a minute, you get me? I feel like I always say that, but we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into the energies. We're just getting off of a new moon in Cancer, so there is a heavy emphasis on evaluating your home sector, the places that you find comfort in, the persons that you find comfort in. When you think of Cancerian energy, it's all about, that shell. When you look at a crab, it just carries its home with it. It's always with itself. So it's finding those comfort levels within oneself, whether it's on your environment or with your people around you. It just kind of depends, depending on like where Cancer is in your chart. But we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get an idea as to what this energy is introducing into kind of your render, right? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm not sure, but I'll fix that post edit. Alright, so yeah, I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done that you guys are like swiftly going through. The Knight of Coins is here, so this kind of tells me that there's a lot of like momentum when it comes to like your synergy of getting shit done, like tackling a lot of the aspirations and the things that you're wanting to actualize, and getting out of the realm of like illusionary kind of like daydreaming, because daydreaming can only last for so long. There comes a point in time where you're wanting to kind of like experience that reality within this physical plane. Just experiencing it within your cerebral isn't enough for a lot of you guys. It's getting into a space of exhibiting it within this plane. And a lot of you guys have been in your victorious kind of era, really establishing those seeds and having them like sprout and grow. This Six of Wands kind of tells me a lot of you guys have been like victorious in your search and in your momentum. Keep that energy. The Chariot card and the Temperance card. So it's like cautious speed. Temperance is all about patience and being kind of aligned with the flow of life. And Chariot is all about that synergy and that streamline of getting towards what it is that you're trying to get towards. And the Chariot card is a Cancerian card, so it's aligned with this new moon that recently transpired. So I feel like a lot of you guys are in kind of like this new kind of paradigm, and you're kind of adjusting to the new ways of keeping this paradigm consistent in its growth. There's a lot of learning of oneself, stepping away from like the nest and creating your own nest with opportunities that are arising for growth and stability to be enacted and experienced. Some of you guys are getting out of this kind of introspection, wet rest kind of energy and really allowing yourself to put your money where your mouth is. I've been saying that all throughout today for a lot of my readings. It's just a lot of you guys have just kind of over the imagination like realm and really putting what it is that you're wanting into physicality, like physical actions. It's one thing about thinking that you're going to be the greatest singer and like you see all these concerts and venues that you're playing in your head, but if you're not creating like tangible actions to ground that aspiration into the physical plane, like are you taking singing lessons? Are you reaching out to different venues to see whether or not you can play at open mics? Are you practicing? Like these are physical manifestations of what you are trying to bring down from like the cerebral or the imagination plane. So I feel like for a lot of you guys are like really gathering up what you have on your table and seeing the persons around you, what they can help you with. And for some of you, it's like walking into a new friend group, a new kind of dynamic with persons that are more adhered to what you're striving for and what you're going towards. So this is giving me like energy of like integrity within friends, like making sure that the friends that you have around you aren't placeholders, but more or less persons that you can actually tangibly grow a dynamic with. Like no more aesthetic friends. A lot of persons have people around them for the sake of aesthetics, just living out a particular moment for that moment of time. I feel like for a lot of you guys are moving into more purposeful friendships that actually refine and build yourself. I'm always about iron sharpening iron. I want iron all around me. I don't want to be the only iron and then there's a whole bunch of wet logs around me, because there's no sharpening iron. If anything, that's egos being stroked. So you always want to have persons around you that like induce some level of ambition and wanting to kind of like exceed your own expectation that you have for yourself. So I feel like a lot of you guys are like stepping into that energy, which is exciting. So yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna pull 2 more cards for you guys, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Just a quick flyby on here. Yeah. I feel like you guys have all been kind of like manifesting this kind of new sense of expression, manifesting the ways that you can get out of particular dynamics that no longer serve you, and finding a means to kind of really integrate this new authenticity that you found within whatever practice that you've been doing. I feel like you guys have been kind of really trying to incorporate your spirituality within your physical plane and not being so quiet or like scared about it. So being proud of your spiritual aspirations and your spiritual like mechanics and incorporating it into your everyday life. It's exciting. So get out of your heads, get out of your assumptions, and start enacting the things that you're assuming it's not going to work out into this reality so you can see whether or not it does. It would be a disservice to yourself if you rely heavily on just your assumptions, because your assumptions is your opinion. Unless you're actually exhibiting and displaying what it is that you think is going to happen, then you won't know, because the best form of perception is reality. So you don't want to use your assumptions as a means to enact action. Use the reality that is around you as a means to enact what you're wanting to do, you know? So with that, you guys take care. Make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.